Mummy says I can't play upstairs in case I disturb her special guests. Are you a special guest? No. Come out, wherever you are. Come out, wherever you are.
Very generous of Lord Kem to offer us shelter after what happened at the consulate. Rare to find...
I bit the Master Kim, I did. I could have sworn it was another man in a master suit, but it weren't. Now I'm in the doghouse like the humans say. I couldn't help it, I swear. Kemmel smelled like when the garden man cuts down a decayed tree, like he was using flowers to hide the rot. A little like you, but a little not like you too. Only nudging and tail wag the next time, I promise. No licking, though. I don't want to taste the rot again.
I want no trouble from you. This job is dull, and I'd like... Keep your nose clean.
You're looking
indeed.
well, my lady.
Yes, quite.
But please, tell me about yourself. Oh, hon, did you get an invitation to tea? You must have misread the date, my dear. My hand...
I must take advantage.
I've spotted something.
Be mindful. His true name must be guarded.
The flower is withered. You bend to smell the bloom, but it has no discernible. You take a deep breath, only for icy darkness to pierce your heart. The chill freezes your bones, then rushes free, leaving a single word etched with...
So this is where Kem hides his most ancient valuables.
I found something.
The elegant owl mistress glances up at you from her papers, a harried look on her face. She nods an abrupt greeting.
Yes? Can't you smell the fine aroma of owl shit? This is the Owlry, Lord Kem's communications link with the rest of Rivellon. Right now, I'm sending my fluffy friends to mobilize paladins to readiness. War is imminent. But Lord Kem's a good leader, a good man. He'll protect us. I'm sure of it. I suppose he sent you for the latest news? Rivellon's a big place, darling, and all of it in a shambles. We haven't heard anything from Fort Joy in a good long time, ever since a group of renegade sorcerers escaped, killing Bishop Alexander in the process. I'm no fan of Magisters, not anymore. But I can't help but think that Alexander's death was unfortunate. Dallas is only making everything worse. I intercepted some Magister communications from there a while ago. Seems like their Voidwoken problems have decreased lately, but they're not quite sure why. They're preparing for war with the Divine Order, with all three houses riled up in a frenzy. The House of Dreams are communing with dead warriors. The House of Lore are drawing up new maps for after the war. And the House of War? Well, the House of War are in their element. Same old story. The Queen is trying to quench the rebellion, but the rebels are too quick for her. And in all that, the traders are getting more powerful while the nobility weakens. What part they'll play in the upcoming war, good luck out there.
Three owls in the enclosure stare you down blankly, fluffing their feathers and blinking in.
Jimmy, prithee wake thyself.
The owl addressed as Jimmy lies motionless on the ground, looking for all the world like he's stone cold dead.
Aye, aye, buck thyself up, Jimmy lad. We are blessed with a visitor.
Spying some blood on Jimmy's beak, you pry it open to investigate. Inside, you see a human finger, a few sharp tugs, and you've pulled a severed human hand loose, partially pecked. You don't need to be a genius to surmise that Jimmy choked on his dinner.
Sir? Sir! Quit thy poking and prithee leave yon Jimmy alone. Our lad will ruffle up his feathers in his own sweet time.
Deceased? Bunkum, sweet Jimmy is just resting his eyes. Sir must be aware that one often needs a small nap after a large dinner, and Jimmy just ingested a banquet. Jimmy, Jimmy, what is it we do?
Oh, blast and bother, Jimmy! Show some civility to our esteemed visitor, won't you?
Jimmy remains dead, uninterested in answering petty questions about the world of the living. As you gingerly pack the rotting appendage in your backpack, you have occasion to wonder, not for the first time on this journey, what in the void am I doing?
Fare thee well! We'll tell Jimmy you stopped by.
The frog blinks slowly, considering you with shrewd and beady eyes. After a pointed pause, he opens his mouth, flicking his tongue out to catch an unfortunate fly.
Another blow-in, and this used to be such a nice neighborhood. Well, where should I start? Lethal plants is not to mention. Kids rampaging in the pool, splashing about, doing loose. I tell you, I've had quite...
With that... You are a talented thief. You creep through the mansion and into the safety of the vault. But a shadow looms, a paladin. Smiling, you give yourself up, but something pulls at your soul. A blade...
We will not allow the king to rule unchallenged.
The flower is withered. You bend to smell the bloom, but it has no... The moment you finger the silky flower, icy darkness pierces your heart. The chill... The statue reached the bottom drop.
A blood rose bush. When not in flower, it barely stinks at all.
The covenant can be severed.
An inscription at the terrarium's base identifies its contents as a wailing man. Not every detail is visible through the terrarium's hazed glass, but there is... The lizard hums a lizard melody. You do not find it unpleasant, but you... The man taps his foot in time to the bard's tune, though he stills it as you draw near and clears his throat.
Good stuff, yeah? Here. I
got real lucky when the... Hope you liked what you saw.
We shouldn't. We can be happy elsewhere.
The man and the elf keep their voices to a discreet level, but it's impossible to miss the tension between them.
What more to convince you? More Voidwoken? A plague? An earthquake? Arx is doomed!
Pharaoh, come on. Where's this elsewhere that's better than Arx? This is the greatest city in the world. I'll leave it over my dead body.
Exactly! Your dead body. My dead body. This place is dead!
They fall into a sullen silence, neither of them willing to give in.
He made it. He made...
I didn't think it'd be possible to make it into the consulate, but you've Voidwoken. Arx used to be safe from those things. The lizards inside the consulate never stood because they're collaborate. By all means.
We might need some...
sick of your prattle.
Reconsider, Paladin.
Please, you've got to help me. My wife, they want to kill her. She didn't do anything wrong. She was just trying to save lives, but no one will listen. You have to help. Please. Of being a good person. Please, there's no time. They'll kill her. Go!
May her sin be forgiven and her name forgotten. This we pray in Lucian's name.
Please, you've got... She didn't do anything wrong. She was just trying to save lives, but no one will listen. You have to help. Please. Lucian's...
You approach, but the Paladin's icy blue eyes never move from his prisoner.
You are interrupting a Paladin court, stranger.
You can't call this a court until the end of days, Kem. It's still a disgrace.
The prisoner will be silent. We are beyond accusations. This once Paladin is guilty of refusing orders and protecting supporters of the Black Ring.
They were boys. Local boys that signed up for steady pay in a slick uniform. A couple of white traitors doesn't mean every Magister is in league with the Ring.
At best, you are a coward. At worst, you are a traitor. In either case, the sentence is death.
His icy eyes focus on you for the first time, pinning you with a freezing look.
Step aside, stranger. She has been tried by her service and found guilty by her failings. She disobeyed orders and cost paladins their lives. This traitor is sentenced to die. Your words cannot... It is time, Paladin.
Kem, please.
Justice must be seen.
Please, don't do this. Not in front of her.
May her sin be forgiven and her name forgotten. Reconsider, Paladin. You may yet save your soul.
Please, you've got... Of being, please.
You are interrupted.
You can't call this a court until the end of days, Kem. It's still a disgrace.
The prisoner will be silent. We are beyond that.
They were boys. A couple of...
At best, you are a coward.
His icy...
Step aside, stranger. I am the Paladin Grand Master, the last hope of the Divine Order. I have every right to purge traitors from our ranks. A seeker? How do you... This is unforeseen. Very well. Perhaps we would be wiser to wait.
The Paladin looks at you as Kem turns away and silently mouths thank you.
Find a cell for her. And the rest of you have your duties. Move. If there was anything important here, the Whites must have surely taken it.
Come on. Damn you. Stop bleeding.
The Paladin presses a wad of fresh bandages upon a steadily bleeding leg wound. For a moment, it seems to work, but then the bleeding...
Damn it.
The Paladin grits her teeth and readjusts her grip on...
I'll be a mist from this world soon, if this bleeding doesn't slow. My thanks. This is just what I need.
The potion takes effect, but then your ear catches the faintest sound of angry whispers, and the bleeding suddenly intensifies. The Paladin clamps...
What's going on? It looks like it's one of the Magisters didn't know when he was beaten. Drove a spear into my knee. He should have aimed higher, though. I didn't give him a chance to land a second blow. Bleeding stopped. Thank you. Wait. No. It's starting again.
I'm glad this one was let off the hook. I'd rather guard a body than bury a corpse any day.
Well, hello again. Welcome to my very, very humble abode. Yes, I heard it too. The man has some curious ideas about what constitutes treason. I refuse to raise a hand against fellow members of the Divine Order. Refuse to buy into Kem's lie that they're all Black Ring puppets. It's not just the city. The Divine Order is coming undone at the seams. There's never been much love lost between the Paladins and the Magisters, but this... brawling in the streets... it will be the end of us all. Too many Paladins from noble families, and too many Magisters that started as working folk. Of course, the Paladins were the first recruits of Lucian. So, many saw the Magisters rising through the ranks as a threat to their order. Pig farmers leading lords, they said. But now that some white Magisters have been found colluding with the Black Ring, now that Kem has his excuse, it's war. Kem's always been a hard man. His steel was forged in the war with the Black Ring. But recently he's turned cold. Not cruel, exactly, just harsh. They say it's the Voidwoken, that he's too worried about Rivellon to worry about people. Maybe that's it. Or maybe years of fighting finally broke him. There are places in Kem's mansion that nobody goes but him. One has to wonder what he gets up to. I'll see you again, I hope. The company in here lacks a certain charm.
This makes no sense. This makes no sense. This makes no sense.
Piss off, paladin scum. Why, what'll you do? Kill my friends and lock me up? Go and die.
This makes no sense.
We don't know.
Find out. Who are you? Did Lord Kem send you about the missing prisoners? The jailer's records are clear. 564 men and women were signed in, and never signed out again. I'd say this was an oversight in record keeping, but I know some of those names. And they are nowhere to be found. These were no sorcerers. These were thieves and drunkards, imbeciles and liars, heretics and fools. The good people of Arx, in other words. They did not go to Fort Joy. They've be sure that we won't let this lie.
Way's off limits. You really think she's all that dangerous?
Stay back. It's for your own good. Found the undead freak here already chained up by the Magisters. They say she's a witch.
Her voice freezes into a harsh whisper.
I say she's a demon. Damn right. Lucian spoke of creatures like this Windigo. They spread... You know this trickster? Seems to me like you...
Well, go on then. Probably doesn't matter who breaks her, so long as she gets broken. Just keep your head on straight. She'll try to make nice. Creep into your thoughts. Keep her out of there, alright?
Tell me, witch. What's this? Who are you? I can't deal with any more interruptions today.
My lovely girl. I know only meadows and gardens. You remember?
Give me room! I feel a breakthrough approaching.
She cradles her...
Too late! The spark's been snuffed. I trust you come bearing gold or godhood for me to have interrupted such a sensitive interrogation. What led to this freak's imprisonment is a mystery as unsolved as the void itself. We found her already caged, cursing the Magisters with hexes vulgar enough. The evil is strong in her. Her words are soaked in it. They squirm into your mind, planting warm memories you've never had.
Visions of Wendigo's attack on the vessel sailing to Fort Joy fill your head. You look to the sound, and your memories contort and coil. Wendigo cradles you in her arms, stroking your head as the waves crash around you. I'm sorry, Buttercup. I was bewitched by his promise. Forgive me. You shake your head and the vision is gone. Your eyes rest not on the prisoner, but on the paladin. The paladin sighs, in, then out. Her jaw relaxes.
A sorcerer! You penetrate my thoughts as she does, yet you leave behind... I understand now. You are as dangerous to... I will give you the space you need, then. Things are under control. For now.
You reach your hand towards the device. Your hand goes numb as it nears the object. After a bit of tinkering, the machine whines pitifully, and the shield surrounds...
Come to me, sweet.
She steps forward, slowly but confidently. She holds out her hands, bony palms up. They emit no fire, no ice, no curse.
The God King no longer grants me his favour. Mask ripped from me and flesh flayed to bone, because the God-woken still walks Rivellon. Now he's chosen another. I should hate you for what you've done to me. Hate you for the hell, but I hate him so much more. He loved me when I was useful. He cast me out when you failed to die. Go to the new Chosen. See that he suffers. See that the God Kings...
This creature, this monster, would have seen us drowned at sea. If the God King has truly abandoned her, then this is our chance to slay her.
Neither of us are inclined to mercy. Let's make the most of this moment, shall we? The Covenant, it sounded so beautiful. Eternity right there at my fingertips. Yet it's all a lie. There is no grand reward, no enduring I was so naive. The God King told me I was special. He came close, and then closer still. Hearing him, I failed him. You just wouldn't die. Of all his punishments, the harshest was the emptiness, the lack of him. I thought if I could just regain his affection, I might taste it again. He's a wily one. He wriggles into your head like a worm through an apple. I wish I'd known. I wish I could have known. Linderkem. The God King's current beloved. No more skin in his real bones than on a peeled jackfruit. And it is not only his ear the God King whispers into. The dwarf called Isbel. She bends to the King's every whim. If you want to get to the God King, you go through Linderkem. You topple his Tower of Lies. I go to Kem. Or his estate, rather. He's got a Swornbreaker scythe. It'll free me from the Covenant. I'd be more before I go. I have something for you.
Windigo pauses. She doesn't speak the next words, yet you hear them as clearly as a robin's song.
Goodbye, Godwoken.